Myself, Dr. Deepak Kumar, Assistant Professor, Pediatric Department. I am going to teach you about post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Definition of glomerulonephritis is it is acute dysuria characterized by proteinuria, hypertension, edema, especially there is pedal edema and peri-orbital edema. Peri-orbital edema is due to soft skin over peri-orbital region. It is also characterized by hypertension, even left ventricular failure. Etiology of post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis. Definitely it is group A streptococci, which is hemolyticus. Means group A beta hemolyticus streptococci. It is of two types. One is strain 4 and 12, or next is 49. 4 and 12 causes pharyngitis and 49 causes skin infections. Non-streptococcal glomerulonephritis is caused by staphylococcal infection, pneumococcal infection, and meningococcal infection. Other infective organism involved is virus is hepatitis B, hepatitis C, herpes virus, coxa virus, and protozoal infection is Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malariae, toxoplasmosis, Listeria. About the pathology, post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis pathological changes is increased glomerular size. Glomerulus is avascular and there is constriction of vessels. On electrophoresis, there is deposition of complement, that is C3 and IgG. And on electron microscopy, there is deposition of C3 and IgG as a as a hump on subepithelial layer. Clinical feature characterized by hematuria, proteinuria, hypertension, pedal edema, periorbital edema, hypertensive encephalopathy, convulsion, etc. Pathological examination will do urinolysis. Urinolysis, there is proteinuria. There in case of post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis, proteinuria is 1 plus and 2 plus. But in case of nephrotic syndrome, it is 3 plus and 4 plus. For this proteinuria, we do detailed and extensive examination by 24 hours collection of urine. If it is protein excretion is 100 to 1000 gram per meter square per day, it is moderate to moderate proteinuria, and if it is more than that, it is severe proteinuria. It is nephrotic range of proteinuria. Nowadays, semi-quantitative investigation is done, and it is ratio of urinary protein to creatinine. If it is less than 0.2, it is mild. If it is 0.2 to 2, it is moderate, and if more than 2, it is severe proteinuria. That is called nephrotic range of proteinuria, that is 3 plus and 4 plus. Hematuria, patient may discharge urine that is cola color, smoky color, or frank color. If high power microscope shows more than 5 RBC per high power of film, it is called hematuria. Other examination is complement examination, serum complement examination, that is C3. It is hypocomplementary. Or ASO titer. ASO titer, increase ASO titer, persistent ASO titer, in this case is found. Another routine examination, that is CBC routine examination urine, that is I have spoken, and other is X-ray of abdomen showing cave view, and next is biopsy of kidney. Now, treatment of post-streptococcal glomerulonephritis. If infection is present, we give antibiotic, that is penicillin. If there is no infection, there is no infection, there is no evidence, we should not give antibiotic. Next is dietary supplement. We give the diet which is of low fluid and intake of sodium, potassium and fluid is restricted. Otherwise, it is cause fluid retention and there will be hypertension. Overhydration may lead to hypertension and pulmonary edema. So we give restricted way of fluid to take. If there is anuria or oliguria, we restrict the fluid about 400 per meter square per kg per day plus urine out. Next is diuretics. If there is edema, we give furosemide. Oral furosemide dose is 1 to 3 milligram per kg body weight. And if there is pulmonary edema, injectable furosemide is given, and dose is 2 to 4 mg per kg body weight. Hypertension, mild and hypertension. We should control mild hypertension by restricting the fluid. In case of moderate and severe hypertension, we give antihypertensive drug, that is amlodipine, nifedipine and diuretics. We should not give enalapril, Muriate or losartan, telmisartan, because it is causes hyperkalemia. Left ventricular fluid. Left ventricular fluid is managed by giving diuresis, diuretics, that is furosemide. If there is no improvement, we do dialysis. Prolonged oliguria. Prolonged oliguria, as I have told, that fluid is restricted and fluid given according to urine output and daily loss of fluid. If there is no improvement, we do dialysis. Outcome and prognosis. Prognosis is very excellent. 98% of patients is recovered without complication, and in case of 2% patients, it may lead to chronic renal failure and other complications. Indication of renal biopsy. If persistent proteinuria more than 6 months, we can do renal biopsy. If there is persistent low C3 level, hypocomplementemia, beyond 2 weeks, we can do biopsy. And nephrotic range of proteinuria, beyond 2 weeks, we can do renal biopsy. And oliguria, hypertension, azotemia persisting for more than 7 to 10 days, we can do renal biopsy. In case this is the indication of delayed resolution. And systemic features, that is fever, rashes, joint pain, heart disease, absence of serological evidence of streptococcal infection, that is ASO titer, and level of C3 in acute stage, which is normal, we can do renal biopsy. High blood level of urea and presence of acute requiring dialysis. That's all.
ये बंद कर दीजिए बोल के।